Okay, shalom. We got here priest Danyaahla from the Lions of Israel, New York. We out here at the park. Okay, we did like a little get together. There was nothing big, nothing major. We just call each other. So let's just go out Sunday and have a little feast, a little. I won't say picnic, but Israel gathering and things of that nature. So we out here. Some few questions. What you've been doing? What's been latest with your organization, and what's been the latest with you, brother?
Well, all praise. First of all, I want to give all praise to the Most High and His Son for another year. We had this cookout last year, and I give all praise and honor to the Most High and His Son that we all lived another year to be able to get back together again and enjoy each other's company as Israelites, which we don't get a chance to do much, and just take a break from the rigors of this captivity that we're in underneath these nations, man. So I give all praise to the Most High. We've been doing what we always do before anybody ever knew who we were, what we were doing. We go out week in and week out and we teach the Most High's Word. We do the studio shows, we put the videos up and we teach the Most High's Word. We studying, we reading. You understand that we're trying to build the nation of Israel, and we're also building brotherhood with other camps. That's what we've been up to. But it's the same thing that we've always been up to. Nothing has really changed. Despite the fact of all the stuff that you might see or going on in Israel, we're still doing the same thing.
Yeah, I noticed that, last week there was a few videos that went out, Sunday TV. I think your channel, House of David, Lions of Israel, A.O.C. and other camps went out street preaching together. Now, that never happened before. Hashar actually invited me. He called me on the Shabbat. I got caught up with some meetings. I was trying to make it, but I actually saw the video and it was very positive. That never happened before. I never seen several camps coming together, street preaching. Can you discuss a little bit about that? Who idea was it, and things of that nature?
Well, it was all of our idea. The brothers from the House of David, and the brothers from A.O.C., and the brothers from 14th Street, they've done some street speakings a couple of weeks prior to. They all got together. But unfortunately, my camp was not able to get together with them on those days. We continued to do what we were doing. So we kind of didn't get up with those brothers. So we decided that we also wanted to be a part of that unifying as well. So we reached out to the brothers from A.O.C., we reached out to the brothers from the House of David, and we decided that we go to 125th Street into the Lion's Den and teach right down the block from where Brother Sarnetta was, to show that we're not afraid to come to Harlem, because we've been hearing that the Hebrews would run off the streets, that we were afraid to come to Harlem because those guys were there. We're not afraid to go anywhere and teach the words of the Most High, because we stand on the foundation of the scriptures, which we believe is the absolute truth, which is that Bible. We stand on that foundation and we boldly proclaim that foundation everywhere. Doesn't matter where.
Now that was a brave move, and I was proud of you guys, coming together and things of that nature. Now Harlem has always been, I guess, the mecca of different type of pro-black movements. The Dr. Yorks, the Muslims, of the world, the 5%ers, all different organizations, and to some degree also the Hebrew Israelite and things of that nature movement. That's always been in the Mecca and things of that nature. From all the groups and things of that nature, of course, it's a biased question and things of that nature. Well, let me verbalize it this way. What do you think? What is the future of Harlem in regards of these groups and things of that nature? And what do you think that Harlem's always been the place in where, the Black Renaissance. There's always been different thought-provoking dialect and things like that. Sarnetta has a channel, and he's always in the street talking to different people and things of that nature. What do you think is the future of Harlem, and where do you think the Hebrew Israelite community is going to be, what place they're going to have in the future of Harlem in regards to capturing the hearts and minds of the people, in particular in Harlem?
Well, I think that the Hebrew Israelite movement has a great place in the future of Harlem, because the Hebrew Israelites have always been in Harlem. I mean, you're talking about Hebrew Israelite communities going back generations in Harlem. I mean, the history is there. You can go to the Schomburg Museum and look these things up. So I think that we've always been there. We will always be there. As far as these different movements, I think one thing I'm going to give a shout out to the brother Sarnetta. I'm going to tell you why. Amongst a lot of Hebrews, that's not a very popular thing to say. But I will say that there was some good that came out of Israelites dealing with Sinetta. One of the first things that came together is we formed our alliance because of the fact that the so-called brothers that were into Kemetic science were attacking the Bible, and that's the foundation upon which all Hebrew Israelites stand, regardless of doctrine. We all stand on the foundation of the scriptures. So when the scriptures were attacked, it was an attack on the whole entire Hebrew Israelite community. So as a result, that galvanized the Hebrew community. And one of the things that Sinetta's channel has done, it has opened the doors to us reaching a larger audience than each one of our camps have. Let's be honest. We might reach a couple of thousand people on our channel, right? But some of the people that watch Sinetta TV, we don't reach them. They were turned off by Israelites. But now that we're on Sinetta TV, they're kind of forced to watch those videos where they wouldn't have watched them before. And when they watch the videos, they get to know Elder Gabar, they get to know Divine Prospect, they get to know Tazariah, Hashar, Nasi Yashuvel, Zion Lex, myself. They get to know us and realize the Hebrew Israelites, we study like everybody else, and we're just like anybody else, minus the doctrine, of course. They get to know us, and once they get to know us and that wall comes down, they begin to look into some of the things that we're saying, and there is some of the Most High's elect amongst the viewership of Sinetta TV. That's a fact. How do I know this? Because brothers and sisters that first saw me on Sinetta TV, they didn't watch my videos on my channel, but they first saw me on Sinetta TV, they actually have inboxed me and reached out to me and are asking me for information. Even brothers that have a Kemetic background.
Have you gotten anybody within the Kemetic community come to your organization, talk and build any relationship?
Absolutely. We've had brothers that have come out and visit us at the camps, brothers that want us to come to whatever states they are. We've had brothers that are into Pan-Africanism and into Kemetic science that have had us on their radio shows, and we've been exposed to their audience. So we're reaching a much wider audience, and people are reaching out to me personally. I'm sure Hashar has the same story, Nasi, Divine, Zion, you know, they have the same story. We got people reaching out from these other communities wanting to learn more about Hebrew Israelites. Why? Because what they've been taught by Kemetic-centered scholars, with all due respect, has been biased scholarship. Let's keep it real. These guys all say the same thing about the Bible, much of which is not true. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we're able to present them the other side, and now it makes people think like, well, wow, that kind of makes sense. Let me go and let me research what that brother said. And when they go and they research and they validate what it is that we said, then they want to find out more. And some of those brothers and sisters, if they be of the Most High's elect, will wake up and they will come into this way of life as I did. Because I always tell brothers and sisters, I started out on that side of the fence. And I'll never get tired of saying it. I'm not ashamed to say it. That's where I started out. But the Most High had my mind open for truth. And when I ran into two Hebrew Israelite brothers that taught me this knowledge, it resonated with me right away. And I've been a Hebrew Israelite ever since. So we have a great place in the Kemetic community. Not the Kemetic community, sorry. We have a great place in Harlem, a great place in the conscious community, and ultimately the Hebrew Israelite movement will absorb and be, as Elder Gabar so eloquently stated on multiple occasions, we will be the envy of the conscious community.
That's a blessing. So, brother, what any new things, anything in the future that you're doing, any events, any speaking engagement, you know, anybody invited you to do anything that's going on, I guess, down the pipe? You could, you know, talk about that now.
Well, as with your church, we know that, you know, towards the end of the year is in Israel what we call the holiday season. There's a lot of holidays behind holidays, which are really holy days according to the scriptures. That's where the word holidays come from. The word holidays comes from the word holy days. So our holy day calendar is very busy from now until the end of the year. Currently, I'm working on my first book. For those of you brothers and sisters that are on Facebook,
Hebrews do make books.
That you might have seen that I already released the cover for the book. The name of the book is called The Conspiracy to Destroy All Bibles. The Conspiracy to Destroy All Bibles. And it will be an expanded version of the lecture that I gave at the Exodus Memorial. So I'm working on that. Most High will, that'll be done before the year is out.
That's a blessing.
I have my lectures that I'm working on. I have a lecture on textual criticism that I'm doing. But I'm keeping that to myself because my brother Shaka Amos, in his most recent video, he called me out, and basically he says how he has some videos coming in the future that he's going to go and expound on the Bible and everything. So I think I'm going to hold that lecture back and I'm going to watch his video because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to correct some stuff that he says. Also, the lecture that I've been promising the community on King James. I'm still working on it. It's still coming. I know I was supposed to put that out a long time ago, but I need for everybody to understand that we as Hebrew Israelites, over the last 12 months, as the Elder Gabar so eloquently put in his interview, we have been working on building. We've been building the alliance. We've been building our individual churches. And don't forget, we as men, we all have work and we have families. So something has to give. So I haven't been able to really finish my PowerPoint presentations, but I have 4 PowerPoint presentations coming up in the near future that I will be giving brothers and sisters more information on. But definitely the King James will be one of them, and also a close scrutiny of not just the ethnicity and nationality of King James, that's one PowerPoint, but another PowerPoint going into the translation of the King James Bible. What is so special about the King James Bible, or not special? What are some of the arguments about the King James Bible and against the King James Bible? Because we hear a lot of things. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to actually go and take a look at the history and see the translation of the King James Bible and its genesis into what we have today. For instance, I'll give you, brothers and sisters, a quick preview before I shut down, right? How did the Bible pass down from the apostles during the time of Christ to us today? Do we have the names of the men that were left with the records when the apostles left the scene? Do we know these things? There's a possibility, right?
Okay.
Let's take it up a couple of thousand years later, right? We have heard that the King James Bible has been revised about 10 times. See, people that are anti-Bible will always tout that to you. Oh, the Bible's been revised 10 times. But can they go into the history of the revisions of the Bible? What exactly was revised in the Bible between 1611 and today?
Right.
I'm going to go into all these things, and I'm going to show you that a lot of the things that you hear from people that are anti-Bible are lies. So those are the things that we have coming up, if it be the Most High's will, if he spares life.
Yeah, and I think what it is, what's going on, maybe you could comment on this, is that when you have an individual who is against the scriptures, and he will look in, or he or she will look into something that they could use against the scriptures, their hate for the scriptures do not allow them to look at the information objectively. And like, for instance, when I come across the information that perhaps I could use to validate the Bible or attack a different doctrine, what I make sure, I look to try to disprove that particular thing, because I want to make sure that I'm looking at what I'm looking at I could use, and it's been validated by, peer review and things of that nature. I think some people prematurely look at certain things and they'll use, like the Bible has been, as you said, updated, or so to speak, or revised and things of that nature. But they just stop there because they feel all I got to do is just promote that fact, and then that's it. I could get the people to try to get against the Bible, but they don't go into much deeper, and they don't want to go much deeper. So I'm just excited to hear about it, that you're going to put them together. Deacon Ironwood's up, he's putting them together. I've been trying to put them together. I've been trying to put them together for the last few weeks now, debunking the book called The Bible Unearthed.
Yes, sir.
And things of that nature. So, but as you know, like you said, we got many different other issues. We got family, we got the church, we got, a lot of things of that nature. So, and we got the feast days coming up. So I think after the feast days and, early next year, late this year, we're gonna see a lot more things within the Hebrews, and just to bring information and things of that nature. So, any last words? And before, we leave and things of that nature. And this is a question to analyze, to put in the table, because many people believe that us Hebrew Israelites do not critique ourselves or believe that we cannot do things better. What do you see, and I believe in the 20 years plus that you've been in this truth, things that you love about the Hebrew community and things you hate about the Hebrew community, things that we could change and make better? And from your experience, what you have seen in regards of how we can make ourselves better, this nation better?
Right. One of the things that I'm striving, I'll deal with myself. One of the things that I've strived to make myself better about was my approach in teaching this word. I don't think that I've watered down anything that I've said at all since I've been in this truth. I believe that I stood for truth when I came in to the best of my knowledge. And now that I've increased the knowledge over the 2+ decades I've been in this truth, I still stand for truth strongly in everything that I know. However, there's always a way to deliver the information to people that they'll be able to receive it and digest it a little bit better. When I came in as a young man in my teens, I was a lion. I was just open your mouth, swallow that thing.
Right.
That's how we were. That's how we came up. That's how our elders were. And all praise those brothers, because those brothers are my teachers. You see what I'm saying? But I also know, like I said before, I'll mention again, my walk. I came into this truth from that side of the fence, talking about the Afrocentric side of the fence. It was two Israelite brothers that came and brought this information to me. And they brought it to me in a way where I didn't accept it at first. I didn't accept it the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh time that I heard it. You see what I'm saying? But it took them to finally convince me just to go to the school one night. And when I went to the school one night, I came into the truth. Now, had somebody came and tried to beat me in the head with this knowledge, I may have never heard it. So my personal approach and how I teach this word, I let the information speak for itself. The Most High, His word, this truth, doesn't need my help. When you put the information out there in a way where people can both receive it and respect it, which will ultimately make them go and research it, receive, respect, research, 3 R's. When people get it that way, you're gonna have people that will come back to you, even if they don't come into the faith fully right at the time, they'll come back to you like, you know what, I looked into what you said, and I found out that what you were saying was right. Whereas if you try to shove it down their throat, they don't even want to be bothered. Their ears are already closed, their ears are already stopped. So I think we can, as Israelites, deliver the information a little bit better. And I guess with age has taught me that. But I love the Hebrew Israelite community for standing strong against all types of adversaries, all types of obstacles. And I love the brothers in Israel through all the things that we've been through, which I'm not going to elaborate on right now in this interview, that we've been through since you and I were in the Trooper program at One West.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that me and Elder Gabar were in that Trooper program at One West. The very first batch of troopers that came out of One West, we was in that class.
Amen.
All right?
Yep.
And we've been through a lot. We've been through a lot of regime changes and splits and all types of stuff which we won't even bother to elaborate on, and we still kept the faith because it was all about the faith and the word. We never had our trust in man. So I love to see brothers doing it like himself and like Brother Hashar and other brothers that have been around a long time. I love to see that, man. That makes me feel good, and that also strengthens me to let me know that this is the truth, man. It always was the truth, and it always will be the truth, man. So I give all praise to the Most High, again, and His Son for this truth, for life, health, and strength, for the brothers and sisters that came out and supported us on this very last minute thing. We didn't promote our cookout and everything like other camps do months and months ahead. We just decided to come together. We put it on Facebook once or twice, and a couple of people came out and supported us, and that's pretty much all we need, man. So if you brothers and sisters want to reach out to me, Priest Danyaahla, Facebook.com. We have 2 websites, the lionsofisrael.com, also therealjewsofblack.com. Also check out for the Elder Gabar as well. You know, if it be the Most High's will, we're going to come back next year, if it be the Lord's will, and we're going to put together a powerful, powerful presentation for our people, as the brother said, dealing with economics. Way too many talented people in Israel. I know people that make that are artists. I know people that are tailors. I know mechanics. I know plumbers. I know people that specialize in building websites. I know graphic designers. I know musicians. I know producers. I know people that deal with video editing. I know people that have all types of talents: doctors, herbalists, midwives, nurses. But guess what? One is over here, one is over here, one is in this camp, one is in that camp. And when it comes time that you need that resource, you don't know who to call. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to come together and put together something very powerful that we know who to reach out to when we need a doctor, who to reach out to when we need an herbalist, who to reach out to when we need a midwife. We need to stop having our children being born in these hospitals.
Amen to that.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We need to stop having that and have these midwives come through, man, and deliver our children. So that's what we need to do. I want to say peace and safety to the nation of Israel. I love all you brothers and sisters. I love all the emails that y'all brothers and sisters are sending me. I love all the inboxes on Facebook. My apologies, I don't get back to everybody as quickly as I should. I'm a little overwhelmed at times because I'm a family man too. You know, I have a lot going on in my personal life, but I'm going to do better on that, brothers and sisters, if it be the Most High's will. I say shalom.